International speaker and author Susan Fitzell has worked with educators, leaders, and employees to discover their personal learning preferences. She works to establish cultures of learning that keep organizations competitive and increase the ROI of their people investments. This helps organizations reduce costs while increasing profits and retention. She inspires and motivates audiences with her practical, productive, and positive approach. Today's topic is neurodiversity, what it is and why it's your team's superpower. I give you Susan Fitzell.
Imagine that your boss just put you in charge of a very important project. And imagine that you get to pick your team, the people you want on it. What qualities would you want for your teammates? What would you want them to have? Would you look for people who are very smart, easy to get along with? Maybe people who have great communication skills. Just imagine that perfect team. Okay, now reality. That's not going to happen. Have you ever been on a team with a person not at all like your ideal team member? Maybe somebody who's difficult to get along with and completely brilliant. What if I told you that the person who might be causing you the most difficulty on your team may be the greatest asset to your project? Maybe that team member is neurodivergent. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, a neurodivergent person processes information differently than people who are neurotypical. Neurotypical is how we might refer to humans that fit the cultural norm. Neurodivergent thinkers might include people in the autism spectrum, people with dyslexia or ADHD, dyspraxia, OCD. See, when we have both types of cognitive functioning in the workplace, neurodivergent and neurotypical, we have neurodiversity. Here are some famous people you may know who are neurodivergent. Sir Anthony Hopkins, Richard Branson, Emma Watson, and Susan Boyle. Would you want to work with any of those people? I think it would be exciting, but it also could be a little challenging. They're divergent thinkers. You see, though, neurodiversity is a competitive advantage. Ernst & Young started hiring people who were in the spectrum, the autism spectrum, or neurodivergent, a few years ago. And at first, they were a little concerned that they might have some trouble with quality on their teams, efficiency, or even productivity. When they evaluated the results of their initiative, they realized that not only were the teams fine when it came to quality, efficiency, and productivity, they were more innovative, they had better process improvement, and because their process improvement was so good, they saved time. Then SAP, they have an Autism at Work program, and they have continued that program for a few years now. Why? Because in their evaluations, they found that their neurodiverse teams had increased patenting, radical innovation. Oh, not just normal innovation, radical innovation, and it increased their profits. You see, there's significant evidence that a neurodiverse team pushes us to challenge our assumptions. It catalyzes our team to come up with better solutions. So maybe we need to shift our perspective from frustration in thinking they're atypical ideas, maybe their non-conforming behaviors and quirks are wasting our team's time, to understanding that neurodiverse team members are essential. Why? Because neurodivergent thinkers provide innovative solutions for process improvement, automation, and they come up with profitable inventions. You see, when we embrace each other's differences and support all of our team members and their success, the team and the company benefits. So, okay, how do we support our divergent thinkers? Well, here's one example. Have you ever been in your office and you've been in meetings, 4 back-to-back meetings, and you wished that you could send a robot in your place? I mean, pre-COVID, when you were in the office. Have you wished you could do that? Well, people in the autism spectrum feel that way for every meeting. People in the autism spectrum often have people anxiety. So they avoid meetings. They might come in late. They may call in sick. And when that happens, their teammates think they are lazy, defiant, not a team player. But in reality, our judgments about them are often wrong. You see, they just don't function at their best when they're in a group. But there's a solution. They can be present and still participate with a simple accommodation. Yeah, they can send a robot in their place. You know, this solution has been around for a while. Robots on wheels. However, for most companies, this solution seemed hard or expensive or ridiculous. Well, now the world is sending a virtual face to every meeting. All it took was a pandemic. You see, but in reality, what this accommodation does is it creates a safe space for neurodiversity to thrive. And just doing that simple support strategies can change your team from one of frustration and mediocre performance to one that excels beyond your wildest expectations. You see, I believe that every single human being on the planet brings a gift into the world. We do. And when we embrace divergent thinkers and neurodiversity, we all benefit. Thank you.